Hi everybody, thank you so much for watching and welcome to my channel. I am going to be finally talking to you about casting on your stitches onto your needles. And so that is exciting because now we're finally going to be able to start stitching. But this is just step number one. I'm just showing you a couple of methods on how to cast on stitches and my preferred methods. Of course, there is a variety of different ways to do this. So I really recommend trying to figure out which way works best for you. And if you do find something that works for you, then go ahead and stick to that. But also, don't be afraid to check out new methods. Sometimes you'll find something a little bit better. Sometimes you won't. It's all an experience, a personal preference or experience, as I've stated many times in my different videos, but it is so true. And I just like to mention that to people because I think that people sometimes get stuck on this is how it's supposed to be kind of, and I do this too. I get tunnel vision where I'm like, nope, it has to be this certain way. And so I'm constantly trying to remind myself, no, there's different ways to do things. So that's part of the reason why I like to repeat myself in that regard. Anyways, so the first thing I want to teach you guys is that I always like to talk about the materials that I'm using. I don't know why, it always drives me nuts when I watch YouTube videos and the host forgets to mention the materials that they use, or they don't even just put the materials that they used in the description. And so then I'm just going through the comments trying to figure out what materials they used. So this is a 4-ply cotton yarn. This yarn I got at Walmart. I believe it's their Peaches and Cream. Yeah, it is the Peaches and Cream brand. And I really like using this yarn to just kind of do different things with it. But it is a 4-ply cotton yarn. And I am also using my US size 8. There we go. US size 8 or 5mm. Not sure if I can focus. Come on. US size 8. There we go. US size 8 or 5mm. And I've used these needles in my other videos. This is the same set. And so, but like I said, I always like to mention what materials I'm using, even if I am using the same materials in my other videos, because who knows, maybe this is the first video that you're watching. Regardless, so that's what I'm using at this time. So the first thing I want to teach you guys is a slip knot. So again, there's so many different ways to do things. This is just the way that I do it and the way that I prefer. And again, you can definitely check out other YouTube videos or resources to teach you how to do this if this method doesn't work for you. So what I do is I wrap it around my thumb. And you know what? Honestly, you can wrap it around either way. Either way works. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So you wrap it around your thumb like that twice and then leave it there. And then what I do is I grab the first yarn and I pull it over the second one. So now the first one is the second. And so I grab the second, that's now the first, and I pull it completely through my thumb like this. And then I grab the tail, so the yarn that's kind of hanging out, doing its thing, this is what's called the tail. And so you just kind of pull it while also pulling with your thumb so that it can remain secure. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It's secure. And the cool thing about Slipknot is you can undo it really easily. So again, just wrap it around your thumb twice. You don't need to do a death grip on it like this where you're cutting your circulation. Don't do that. It's just nice and light over like this. You grab the first yarn, you pull it through the second, and then the second that is now the first, you pull it through your thumb completely like this, and then you grab the tail and your thumb lifts like this, securing the slip knot like that. Okay, perfect. And so what you do is you grab your needle and pull it through, and then you just slightly pull. So the yarn that you're going to use to be casting on, you pull that one through, so that way it gets you adjusted well to the needle. However, please don't do again a death grip on the needle, and I'll show you why. So I've now done the death grip on the needle. I can't easily put my other needle in there to do a knit or even a purl. I can't do anything. And then when you're casting on other stitches on here, it's going to be really difficult for your pattern to adjust, or your stitches to adjust for you to be able to knit or purl. So do not do a death grip. I do not recommend it. So I've done it before. It's a beginner's learning experience, but if you can avoid doing that, I definitely would recommend it. So again, going to go through it twice, and then like that, and then just very lightly adjust it like that. Perfect. Okay, so like I said, there's two different ways to cast on. The first way that I learned was just using my thumb and just wrapping it around like this, grabbing the needle, going from the bottom like this, and slowly pulling it. Try again not to do a death grip, because like I said, it just doesn't go well. Okay, but you still want it to go to adjust it so that way it's there, but it's not on a death grip. Okay, and then and be careful when you're wrapping the yarn around, because if you do it tightly like this, then you're going to do that death grip stitch that I was talking about. So try to just kind of lightly wrap it around your thumb like this. Grab your needle, go from the bottom to the top. If you try to do it from the top to the bottom, this is what you'll get. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you, Belle. Okay, so wrap it around your thumb. If you try to go from the top to the bottom, you won't get anything. Okay, so make sure it's from the bottom to the top like this. So wrap it around your thumb, put the needle from the bottom to the top like this, and then adjust. And then you just keep doing that. You just wrap it around your thumb, and then from the bottom to the top like that. Okay, I'm just going to show it to you one more time. So wrap it around like this, and then from the bottom to the top like that. Perfect. Really make sure how many you count how many stitches you have on your needle, because that is really important to keep track of. Okay, and now I'm going to show you my other method to cast on. So first do your slip knot. So grab this one, pull it over like this, and adjust it accordingly like that. Okay, so now with this method, you are going to use your other needle, and you need to go in from the bottom like this. So you grab your needle, go in from the bottom like this. Okay, and then you grab the needle that you're going to be or the yarn, I'm sorry, not the needle, the yarn that you're going to be working with, and you're going to wrap it around like this. And then you are going to pull it in. So it's going to make it seem like you're knitting. That's the basic idea of how you start. And then, but instead of leaving it on like this, you're going to move like this, and then you're going to move it from your right needle to your left needle, and that's how you cast on using your needles. I'm going to do that again. So you grab your right needle and you pull it through the bottom like this, and then you grab the yarn that you're going to be using and you wrap it over like this, pull it through, and then you go from the top. I usually like to hold on to the yarn and the needle like this while also simultaneously putting it on there, because I've had it where it just kind of falls off. And then you pull it through like this, and again, try not to do a death grip when you're adjusting it. And then like this, and then you kind of twist it like this. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple more times, and then that will be our video. So you grab the right needle, pull it through like this, grab your working yarn, pull it around like this, pull it through, and then you go at the very top, and then from the back of the needle you put it onto your left, and like that. I'm going to show you one more time. So you pull it, grab your right needle, pull it through like this, grab the yarn around, pull through like this, and then cast on like this and adjust. Okay, so again, just pull it through, wrap it around, pull it through, and then cast on. Yeah, and that is 2 different ways to cast on stitches. You can choose whichever one you think works best for you, or you can definitely check out other videos to see if these 2 methods don't work for you. Try a different method. And like I said, really pay attention to how many stitches that you're putting onto your needle, because that will determine your project's length and all of that, and that's really, really important. All right, guys, if you have any questions, or if you would like me to answer anything, please leave a comment down below. Thank you again for watching. I hope you guys take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye.